So Teresa Mitchell here, just doing a bit of a review of Google Meets. In our board during virtual learning, we primarily use Zoom. So I thought, and I very rarely have had any interactions with Google Meets, but I thought that it would be a good idea to review it. So here I am. So it was pretty easy for me to create a link to a Google Meet. I'm looking here at one of my classes, and I can easily create a Google Meet from there. So that is really nice. I like that it can do that. So it's also really well integrated into the Google platform in its entirety. It looks like when I go over to activities over here that I can add in other apps to help, I don't know, add value to the Google Meet in some way. So that is interesting to me for sure. I looked for breakout rooms because I really like to use breakout rooms in Zoom meetings, and I looked for that, and there doesn't seem to be any easy way to do that. So I'm guessing that breakout rooms maybe somehow come into these add-ons that are there, but it's not kind of a seamless process, so you need to do a little bit more work. So to me, that seems not as user-friendly. Another thing is that you may notice I'm actually not recording the screen using the Google Meet itself, because watch what happens when I go into activities here, not sorry, this little three bullet more options. It says I can open a jam, but recording unavailable. So I tried this in a couple of different ways. I went into Google Meet myself on my non-school account, and that is also unavailable. So it seems to me that that's another part of this that's a little bit more tricky or less user friendly. I can't automatically record my Google Meet, so I don't really love that. One thing I do really like about Google Meet is, as I've mentioned before, is that it's kind of a seamless integration with all the other Google pieces. So that's nice, including Google Classroom. But again, it seems to me like not as user friendly. One thing I did notice that I really liked, and maybe I've just never used it on Zoom, but it does have the closed captioning. So if I wanted to, and here you can see that it's sort of saying what I'm saying, so students that are hearing impaired, so that's a really useful tool so that they can, have better access to the platform. And also if there were staff that were hearing impaired, that would also help in that regard. So aside from that, I'm looking around. I'm going to turn off the closed captioning here. I can see that it has some other similar features to Zoom, like the present now, like the hand raising your hand, and the reaction. So all in all, I think I would use this in a similar capacity to how I would use a Zoom meeting. But it likely wouldn't be my choice given that I'm more familiar with Zoom, and Zoom seems to have easier access to a number of different pieces. The whiteboard is nice. I like that it has this whiteboard option, and again, it integrates with Jamboards, which is great. And so here we are, just moving into the Jamboard, and I could probably integrate that with, and I'm very familiar with Jamboard, so that's kind of a nice thing. Um, but there are other similar ways of accessing whiteboards to in Zoom. So that's it. That is my review of Google Meet. Thanks for watching.